All right, in spirit of Le Mans, which ended yesterday, Sunday morning here in the US, we're gonna go ahead and take a closer look at this Transcend model 911 GT1 24 hours at Le Mans 1997. This product here is not licensed by Porsche. They couldn't include Porsche here on the packaging, but it's weird that they were able to add Porsche lettering on the model, which you're gonna see here in a bit. Yeah, I just thought it was interesting. I don't know how they do that, how they get away with it exactly, but it is what it is. But yeah, you're not gonna see Porsche here on the back. In fact, the box or packaging is quite plain and generic, right? Even the font that they use here is like very generic, right? Nothing too special, if you ask me. But let's take a look at the model now. I don't know how many of you watched the Le Mans race yesterday or Saturday, I guess, when they first started. I really enjoyed it. I mean, obviously, I didn't watch the whole race, the 24 hours. So I was listening in. I was, it was in the background. I was doing chores, taking care of my kid. But it was on my TV the whole time, just listening in. It was really fun. So congratulations to all winners, Toyota Racing. Good job. I did miss Porsche though, the 963. I think this is the first time Porsche was not in the Le Mans race for a very long time. But we can talk about that in a separate video. So here's the insert, and it comes with this cover, transparent cover, and there are no surprises anymore. You can see the car here, and then the two covers here, one in front and one in back, and the engine is already looking good. My goodness. I'm not sure if, well, let me put the covers on first. I was gonna make a comment on the engine, because at this point, YS model, my Sauber C9 is, in my opinion, still the best engine details in 64 scale. And I think this is, okay, let me put the cover on first. Yeah. So by the way, this is interesting. This cover right here, as you can see, Porsche, there's a Porsche lettering there, right? So they got away with that. I don't know. But this one's diecast. This piece is diecast. But this front cover here is plastic. It's plastic. Yeah. And also, there are no magnets here in front. A lot of details here, which we're going to take a look in a bit, but no magnets. I think it just sits on top like that. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. That's weird. Anyways, let's go ahead and discuss the sides first. First off, the wheels. So the wheels caught my eye right away, because I'm like, wait a second. I think they nailed the BBS LMs here. I think this is the best one so far. Also, the wheel and tire ratio look good here. I see the inflated tires. This is running softs or slicks, by the way, so which is cool to see on a race car. And yeah, this cover is already popping off already. I don't like that. And of course, you got your Michelin tire branding on the sidewall, which I really, really like. I like the shape of the wheel. I know it's kind of crazy to say, or kind of crazy to hear, that I like the shape of the wheel, but to be honest, not a lot of brands, nail the tire shape. Some of them does not look inflated at all. You don't see that roundness on the sidewall, but on this one, you can see the roundness on the tires, right, on the sides. So they did a good job here. And like I said, this is the best BBS LMs that I've seen on the 64 scale. Great job. And do I see brake details? I think I do. Yeah, I think there's, I see the brake disc. Do I see a caliper in the back? Yeah, I'm gonna say yes on brake details. So good job, Transcend model, for including those. So the wheels does roll when you try to roll it with your finger like that, but I don't think it's gonna roll on its own, or it's not gonna be as smooth as Mini GT. See, it gets stuck. I think the tires is rubbing somewhere here in front. I think it's rubbing somewhere there. Yeah. So it's not a good roller, guys, unfortunately. but that is not a big deal to me. And let's touch on the livery here real quick. This is very iconic now to a lot of people, including myself. When you see this Mobile One, well, I call it Mobile One livery, right? You know, that lines of blue, red, you know, it's very iconic to me. And to this date, I would say a lot of people know when they see this livery, a lot of race, especially race fans, right? You're gonna recognize this car right away because of its livery. And of course, we got some sponsors here, Michelin, I think, Michelin, Bilstein up top, 3D Systems. I'm not quite sure. I'm not familiar with those companies, unfortunately. But there's a tiny vent here. They use sticker. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is a sticker there representing the vent or some sort with like a grill. Hopefully you guys can see that. The side mirrors are in plastic. And of course the driver names. And they got everything right here. Dalmas, Collard, and Kalenners. So those are the winning, well, not the winning drivers, but the drivers of the number 26 cars. Because I don't know if you guys know the story about the 97 GT1s. They were the favorite to win the 97 Le Mans race. But, you know, these two cars, the number 25 car and number 26 cars are the biggest, one of the biggest chokers, I would say, in Porsche history. Because a few hours remaining in the 97 Le Mans, the number 25 car caught on fire. And then a few laps after that, this one choked too, number 26 car. I think it was an engine failure or something, or maybe crashed with another car. But yeah, and they were the favorites. And remember, the 90s, the mid 90s, Porsche were dominating the Le Mans, you know, almost every year. And they were the favorites, like I said. So, you know, it's too bad because this car is really beautiful. It would have been nice if they actually won the race, you know. But the good thing here, in 98, they actually won. The GT1 won the 98 Le Mans, so which is good. Redemption, right? But yeah, that's the story between the number 26 car and the number 25 car in Le Mans. Now, going back to this car, you have the IBM down here. Here's your side marker in yellow. I don't know if that's accurate. Typically, side markers are amber or orange. So we'll take a look at some pictures later. Front end. I think the front end looks good. The headlights have black housing. I think that's how it is in real life. And I'll find a photo right here on the right so we can take a look at it side by side. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But from what I can tell and from what I can remember, I think the front end here looks accurate. Front lip, I'm not sure if I like it because the carbon fiber details I like. It's just the lines or the details the lines are just not that tight, which is weird. The gaps are too big for my liking. A lot of brands have almost perfected the carbon fiber details on a 64 scale, so this is no excuse. I'm sorry. As much as I love this car, they could have done better here, in my opinion. So, of course, Mobile One in front, number 26, number box in the middle, German flag on the left, and of course, got your splash of blue, red lines again, that iconic livery right in front. Got a vent here in the middle, and then two more vents up here, and they're round and they're pretty tiny, but I think they are vents in real life. Got your Porsche banner up here, and I like this air scoop on the roof, and I think this is how it should be because someone on Discord brought up, you know, when I did review my Transcend 1998 GT1, someone mentioned, I think it was Thomas, you know who you are, mentioned about the air scoop being like too short because this is how it should look. Like the air scoop should start at the very back here and it should end at the very end of the roof. So basically the beginning of the windshield, right? So this is how it should look and it's hollow. I like that. It's not painted or anything. There's actually there's actually a grill, I think. Hopefully you guys can see that. So it's hollow. Yeah, I like that. So they didn't skip the details there, because I think in Trans Hobby, I think it was just white. They could have painted that black and make it better, but this one actually goes through. There's a legit hole there, and there is a grill in the back. So props to Transcend model for adding that much detail there. Now back here, I don't know if this is a window, but it's just painted in gloss black on this model. Of course, your Porsche lettering here on the wing looks fine to me. The wing support are just solid plastic. I think that's how it is in real life. There are no gaps on the wing support on the 97 GT1, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll take a look here, side by side, so you guys tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm not gonna see this. But by the time I post the picture here, it'll be too late. So hopefully I'm right. Let's see what else. The back. Okay, taillights, they looks like they use acrylic here, which is nice. And you see the top portion is orange or amber. The bottom, of course, is red. Those are nice. I like to see that. Bilstein, bottom of the, right under the wing, right? Bilstein on both sides. Porsche lettering down here. That's nice. Mobile 1, of course, in the middle. And you got your red tow hook right there in the middle. Exhaust looks good. I'll take that back. They look nice. They painted in black, which I think is accurate. No, I like it. I like it. It's not like, it doesn't feel plasticky. In fact, I think they are metal. And it doesn't look like toy-ish, if you know what I mean, right? So it looks realistic to me. You got these two vents here in the back. Looks very, very. I like the back shot a lot. One of my favorites for the 97 at least. But for the front shot, the front end, I like the 98 version. Got your Michelin Man here, both sides. It's nice that they've added that. I think they use decal. It's not printed or anything, which I'm fine with. Of course, the rear diffuser in, I think it's carbon fiber. I think it is. Undercarriage, I'm gonna have these. I'm gonna have to hold these covers. But yeah, there's nothing going on here, but it is metal base, which is good. And again, like I said, the tires are rubber tires. So yeah, that's what it is. I think it looks good. The stance, the silhouette, you tell me. I know there's a lot of you guys are Porsche fans there. And I'm sorry I have to put my finger on the top of the covers, because otherwise it's just gonna fall off. But I think the silhouette looks good. Stance looks good too. The clearance between the tires and the wheel arch looks good. Very minimal. I love it. Now let's take a look at the front, or frunk, I should say. Now I'm not familiar with, what's in the frunk or in the front compartment of this car, but I'm assuming same as the other race cars, these are just cooling, right? And if you look at the details here, this is very well done. I like what I'm seeing here. There's a lot of details. Each component, is painted like, I think, is this like, I don't know what kind of pattern this is, but I think it's carbon fiber. And you can see some lines there, very detailed. And this is, I don't know what this is, but it looks metal to me, and it's very detailed. And then these two up here, there might be some for, again, cooling again, right? But yeah, there's a lot of details here. I got no complaints here. I think it's an A+. Now, the downside here, like I mentioned in the beginning, no magnets, right? So this cover just sits on top like so. Like, I don't even know if you can lock it, because so now look at the gap now it's ugly. I mean, it's not, I guess it's not too bad, but it's not like super flush either. I just don't want to push it really hard. Now it's not like flush on the side, if you know what I mean, right? And I'm not gonna break it like my Zonda F on review on camera, right? Because that would be embarrassing again. But I think there is a way you can push this all the way down and you would hear a click. But the thing is, if you're gonna need to open again, you're gonna need to pry it with a tool. It doesn't come with a tool, so you're gonna need to be creative. I use this, so again, shout out to Spider Diecast for suggesting this, because this has been very useful for opening models. I'm telling you guys. So shout out to Spider. But yeah, I'm not gonna force it down, but I think you can just push it hard enough and it'll click and it'll be fine. But I'm not gonna do that right now. Now let's take a look at the engine. Look at these details, guys. This is a 3.6 liter flat six twin turbo, by the way. Check me on that if I made a mistake. Yeah, check out this detail, guys. There's a lot of wires, hoses coming out of this thing and then going here in the back. I do see, is that a glue residue back there? It's not a big deal to me, but I think they had to glue the wires, or yeah, the wires in this case, right? But I think in real life they're just hoses. I don't mind that. And look at this, the springs. They actually use metal here. They did not use, you know, like like a metal piece and then painted it and make it look like a spring, if you know what I mean. Because I know pop race do that for their suspension. But look at this. This is spring. They actually use metal springs here. This piece right here is carbon fiber. It's pretty incredible. You got your metal rod support, painted in black. Yeah, there's a lot to like on this model, guys. And of course the exhaust, right? So inside they're not actually painted in black, so I made a mistake on that one. It's actually painted in silver, but like the tip, like from this angle, it looks like black. They look black, right? But yeah, the exhaust pipes are actually silver. So some good news if you guys like that. So, and I think it's accurate. And now let's go ahead and do a side-by-side comparison between the real life car right here on the right. I'll, you know, give you guys a few, maybe 5-6 seconds. I think it looks pretty incredible regardless. If we're missing like a component or two, I think it's still good value for 25-30 bucks, right? Maybe it might have been 35, but like I said, I have coupons, so I brought it down to 30 bucks, right? So that's what it is. So conclusion, what do I think about this? Is it a good buy? It is a good buy at 30 bucks, and I think it's still a good buy at 35, which is MSRP, right? If you could get it cheaper, if you live in Asia, I hate you guys, because you're probably gonna get this cheaper than the North American guys. So you guys are lucky. Yeah, do I recommend this? Yes, absolutely, because right now this is the only GT1 with opening features. You can get a Sparky 2-pack. That one does not open. There's no opening feature on that one. I don't think that one has tire printing either. There's no Michelin on the tires on the sidewall, if I'm not mistaken. I'll try to put like a photo here for you guys so you can see it up on the upper right. But judging from, because I own like a Sparky model, so if I have to assume like what kind of quality you're gonna get, it would not be too bad, but it won't be the best either. So yeah, that's your only option at this point. Sparky, get the 2-pack. If you can get it for cheap and you're on a budget, get that, because you're gonna get the number 25 and 26 car, the two biggest Porsche chokers of all time, right? You can get a 2-pack, or you can get like if you spend a little more, you can get like an opening model with this kind of details, engine details, right? I think it's great. I'm still hoping that Transcend make this car though, but with like proper magnets all around in the back and in the front, because it's super annoying that they didn't do that. I mean, for the price, you would think they would put like a stronger magnet. I still don't know where the magnets are. I guess down, where's the magnet? Maybe there's no magnet. No, I kind of feel it though. There's some, I don't know. I don't know where the magnets are, if I'm being honest. But, you know, at least it's diecast, so it has some weight to it. And honestly, the panel lines are not that bad. I forgot to mention that. See? For an opening model, it's not that bad, and it sits flush on the back. It's just the front. Like it's just floating. See that gap? It doesn't sit flush. But yeah, I still recommend it, like I said. Otherwise, get the Sparky, get the 2-pack for cheap. So yeah, that's all for today. I hope you enjoy Le Mans this season. Go Toyota, go Chevrolet. Shout out to you guys again. And I truly enjoyed the season so far. Well, I haven't been watching WEC, just the Le Mans. That's my event in June. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and the review. Comment down below if I made some mistakes. Feel free to correct me. I don't mind when people do that. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.